What is going on, my wonderful traders out there? It is JB from FFT Trading, about to give you another masterclass in conquering the financial markets. So in today's video, I kind of wanted to do something a little bit different. I wanted to go through my entire week with you on trading gold. This is primarily the main asset that I do trade, and I just love it. It just feels so much better than a lot of the currencies I trade. So I try and do my best to stick to gold wherever I can. But guys, if this is the kind of content that you want to keep on seeing, please drop me a like, drop me a comment, and subscribe so you don't miss another video. I post content like this and educational pieces all the time, around 3 to 4, sometimes 5 times a week, just to give you guys some blood clot information about the market. So yeah, thank you so much for everyone who is watching and likes my videos. Let's get cracking. So my strategy for gold is like so simple. Like, I'm not even kidding with you. It's just like baby level simple. So what I pretty much do is that I look at the 5-minute time frame. I literally will just zoom out a little bit, but then I'll kind of just say, okay, where is the trend right by here? So I'm looking at this and I'm just going off like recent levels. I'm not making it too complicated. I always start trading at 6 a.m. So what I'm going to do is just start marking out some structure points. So for me, this is a very important key level right by here. This is just like some intermediate, what do I call it? Structure. So I'm not really too worried about this level, but if I get a reaction from here, then I'm going to go ahead and take the trade. Okay, so simply put, what happened was price came in, tapped, left me a nice little, had a nice little bounce. I always try and go for around 100 pips, right? 100 pips away from the, or 100 points away from the key level, and I'll just go ahead and let price do his little thing. Okay, so at this point, right, I kind of wanted to add another position by here, but I think I just really wasn't kind of feeling it for the day. This trade is now being set at break even, and I can't even really remember the outcome of this trade, to be honest with you. I know I had a winning day this day. I'm pretty sure I did anyway. Yep, there we go. So again, I usually hold my trades and I usually stack my positions, but this day I just kind of wanted to chill, to be honest with you. So that was that. Nice 1 to 3 for that day. Simple. Got a really nice early finish. Let's go ahead and go on to the next day. So now I'm basically going to go to 6 a.m. for the next day. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Boom, boom, boom. Fantastic. So again, all I'm doing is following the exact same process, not zooming out too far. I'm just looking at where price currently is, and I can see that I've got a nice trend defining point right by there. There's our higher low. I'm looking at price do its thing by there, and I'm also seeing this. So at this moment in time, can you see how price is like perfectly lined up for this retest? The reason why I didn't take this trade was because at the early hours of the morning, price came up, pushed by here, and left this. So at this point, it's like, for me, I always kind of want to wait for a breakout to start the trading session or to get some entries. But sometimes if price is like literally at 5:55 is like on this point, I will enter the trade. I literally will enter the I'll set the order in hopes the price does that. However, if I'm coming up to 6 a.m. and price is kind of like around by here, I'm not really going to set anything. All I'm going to do is just wait for price to kind of break out of some structure to give me an idea on where I need to go, okay? Or where I need to place my trade. So that's basically what happened. Price was doing its thing, and if I looked at the 1 hour time frame, okay, I do use the 1 hour for certain situations, but it's not like guarantees. This is one of my really cool setups. I love this setup. So if I see something like this where price has been pushing bullish, you can also see on the 5-minute time frame that price has been, riding a bullish wave, a bullish trend. If I see something like this where I get this bearish candle, this is like a reversal signal for me. So when I call this is an opposing candle. So if I'm in an uptrend and I see a red candle, it's an opposing candle. If I'm trending downwards and I see a green candle, it's an opposing candle. So if I see that, or I also see like a long wick rejection, this candle could have been bullish, but it could have had a nice long wick, then that's also cause for me to enter a reversal trade. So I would look at this situation and say to myself, well, price can do two things. It can either go ahead and keep on pushing, in which I will wait for the confirmation for price to break out first, or it's potentially going to start going down. And when I saw this happen, Okay, when I saw that price had failed to break by there, I thought to myself, okay, I can go ahead and now take a trade in this direction because I've got all the criteria lining up. So some people might say, why are we taking a trade by here when the trend is clearly bullish? So this is a bit of a funny thing with my strategy. Since I know that it's simply just a case of wins and losses, like it's literally just statistics at this point, I've seen this whole scenario play out so many times. I'm perfectly happy for price to literally come down by here, and if it wants to, go all the way back up, because I got all my criteria for this reversal trade, and I'm, all I care about is consistency. So price will come into this key level. I will go to the previous structure, which is right by here, okay, and I will simply do this. I will go to the wick and I will go 100 pips, okay, and that's my stop loss. So I will wait for price to do something, okay. I can see that it's got one wick rejection, and I can also see that price is, or to be fair, actually, in my opinion, that's two wick rejections. The first one isn't really that great, it's kind of small, but the second one definitely is. So when I see something like this, I can reduce my zone. I can go like this, go to number 235. I can get a better risk to reward. So why am I doing that? Okay, so essentially the previous stop loss was basically the default stop loss, okay? So right by here, this is where I will put my stop loss usually, because I got no evidence to suggest that price will respect this level. And as we all know, price can sometimes come up by here and then go all the way back down. Okay, who's to say that it's going to respect that key level right by there? So I like to wait for some kind of evidence first to say to myself, right, okay, price is stalling behind this retest level. Now I've got two wick rejections, or I've got some candles that are, some candles that are basically failing to push past this zone. So I'm going to set my stop loss right by here, just using this retest level as some kind of structure. Okay, and when I see this, now I'm thinking to myself, okay, I was looking at all the other pairs for the day. I could see that the US dollar was looking kind of weak. So I was thinking to myself, okay, I can probably stack some positions now, but I want to get out of my trades, right? So I basically look for targets if I'm ever going to be holding my positions, and I can see this is the first level of interest that could cause me some issues. Why? Because it's clearly a very small swing low. You can see that this candle right by here has two highs either side of it, which characterizes for me a swing low, and therefore that's an area in the market where price could react to, and we'll see that price does in fact react to it. So what do? I set my stop loss, I set my take profit. Okay, I can set my take profit around by here. Instead, I could essentially sort of go up. But if I'm being truly honest with you guys, I actually kind of was a little bit careless. I moved this level. This level was like down by here. So I thought to myself, okay, no problemo. Let me see if I can get a 1 to 3. You see how it kind of fits now? Just in that small thing. Okay, it's very important that you've got to be so strict and disciplined with your strategy, and make sure not only that you're taking care of your emotional side, but you're also taking care of the analytics of your strategy, the analysis. So I have to go with my strategy. I have to go to the body of the candle. So if I do something like this, it's not 100% accurate. Granted, I did have the thought in my head, sometimes price does push into these levels, as we always see. But for safety, the strategy is based off having the TP before the key level. So I kind of went like this, and I think I might have extended this a little bit more, to be honest with you. I remember that situation kind of happening, so let's just go ahead and see what the next step was. So I'm waiting for price to break out. I can see that there's no breakout here as of yet. We do get a break of this structure right by here, but because we're sat at this 5-minute level, okay, this level for me is very, very important. So a situation like this, oh, for goodness sake, trading view. So we are now basically at this level. Can you see? Right, price has formed this high, pushed up, now it's coming back down. Okay, forms this high, pushed up, now it's coming right back down. This by here is by there, and this by here is right there. Okay, so I'm not looking to take trades in and around this level, because even though my trade is in profit, I'm thinking to myself, well, anything can really happen. So before I go break even and I set another trade, I'll wait for price to clearly break out. Okay, is that a clear breakout? Let's have a look. Okay, so we did get a small breakout. Boom, I can see clearly by zooming in that price, price did indeed break out. Oh, go away, man. So now that I've got this, I can go ahead and enter the trade the exact same way. This now goes to break even. Bish bash bosh. Okay, that goes to break even. And now I'm going to enter another trade. So simple break and retest. Where's my key level? And I can't seem to find anything right now. There we go. So let's go ahead and delete this so we don't get our eyes all mixed up. Okay, we've broken lower. This is now our trend defining point right by here. Cool. So what I'm going to do by there, it's a bit hard to see really because of all these lines and whatnot. There we go. I think that should make it a little bit clearer. So I'm going to put my order right by here. Boom. Do the same process, go back to the previous thing. Even though, yes, this is a key level, this whole thing is a key level, I just use this right by there. Okay, so 336. Let the trade enter and trigger me in, which it does. Okay, so I know damn well that I put my TP something like this. I think I was just trying to do like this. And what basically happened is that price came down. It came very close to tapping me in. And it just didn't. Okay, so I pretty much went out for I didn't go out for break even. I managed to take a small profit out, so I closed my trade after this breakout by here, right by there, because one of my criteria is that if I see a wick rejection on the 1 hour time frame, which we can see by there, if I get any kind of break of structure, okay, I am going to take the trade out. Okay, I don't care. So I exited my trade right by there, so I got myself a nice little 2.5 hour profit. Okay, so once I did that, okay, the next thing that I'm going to basically do is enter in this direction. Okay, so well, actually, I think it was this candle. This is the candle that I exited from. After, so when I saw this candle, then I exited all my trades. So as soon as that happens, it's criteria to get into another bad boy. Right by there, bish bash bosh. Have I got another key level I can target? Right by there, boom. Okay. The truth is, I took the day out. I took the day off, right? But this is what I would have done if I was still trading. Okay. So I finished this day for around 2 hours, but this is what I would have done pretty much. I would have gone boom. That would have triggered me in, and then price would have done its whatever, and it would have gone up and up and up and up and up. And I forgot to mention, okay, at this point, I'm going to stack positions to the key level, like so. When I stack a new position, the previous trade goes break even, and I essentially just enter when a new high or low is made. 187, let's just be a bit rough with it, don't really care. And then what happened? It would have taken me out for a stop loss and then break even, and then there is pretty much no trade because this was the trend defining point, okay? Because we basically had price pushing up, showing us some kind of small uptrend. And you can see actually that price did respect this old structure, okay, in this trend that we had there. So sometimes I care about the structure, sometimes I don't care about it. If I see like price pushing, like for example, you see how we had one break above here, another break by there, 2 breaks, I'm forgetting all the previous structure and I'm entering in this direction because gold can be very unpredictable. But if we are looking at structure, okay, at this point, there's nothing for me to be trading because its price is just locked in this little range and that's about it, okay? So that was Tuesday. Tuesday. I don't know what film that's from, but it's so funny. Okay, let's go to Wednesday now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Is that the right maths? Nah, one more. Okay. Same situation again. What are we looking at? Okay. Don't zoom in too far. Just kind of have a little look back. Where are we? Price is clearly bullish. Okay. We've got like a couple legs up. We're not really in a crazy trend, but it's okay. So this is our trend defining point. This is our current structure. And this is what I'm really focused on is the current structure. Okay, I don't want to be entering a position down by here only because if you remember the trade I took on Tuesday or, you know, yesterday's trade, the stuff we were going over just then, you see that I basically broke below here and didn't care about this level. The only times I really care about that is if I've seen price pushing for a while. I haven't seen price pushing bullish for a while right now. So I'm not really looking to take trades by there, even if I do get a rejection on the 1 hour. But let's go ahead and just see what the price action looked like because I'm pretty sure this was a bit of a rangy day. All right, cool. So waiting for a breakout. Price did in fact break out. I'm waiting for a retest. Does it give me a retest? What on earth? What the hell happened here? There we go. That was the entry. Okay, cool. So you see how price broke above this high by there? What I'm doing is to follow the exact same process, waiting for price to come and trigger me in. Essentially, this is what I'm looking at. Let's just be very clear with it. Okay, this is what I'm looking at. Price is broken above. I've got this small high by here. If this is a high, then this is a low. I'm going to put my stop loss behind the wicks of that level as a default, increase it by 100 points, until I get 2 or more wick rejections at this point. So I can see that I got, what did I get? Okay, cool. So I got it by there. Okay, so I'm going to go by here, okay, and extend it to 231. All right, so price triggers me in and it comes and takes me out, stop loss, no problemo. But what do I have by here? Okay, I got a banging little setup right by there. What happens? Price comes back into this, forms a double top, double bottom I should say, gives me from this candle, okay, this candle gives me a nice rejection, which I'm going to put my stop order by there. I'm going to put my stop loss behind the key level, 294, really, really good risk to reward. The trade is triggered, and I held this for 1 to 3 because I was when it gets to 12 p.m. for me, I'm just looking to hold my trades now. I'm not looking to do a bunch of whatever. It just is what it is. I'm pretty sure at this point, I set my trade for break even, which this trade went break even, and then what I basically went and did was this, okay? I entered another trade because this is still the trend defining point. Why? Because price broke above here. This was the trend defining point. When we make a new high, we go back to find the higher low that caused that high to be made, and that's our trend defining point, which is in fact still this level, okay? Don't just go like this, incorporate the wicks, okay? They're your friends. Price comes in by here. Actually, I think my zone was a bit more strict than that because I definitely know this was the candle that I traded off. So you can see this big nice rejection, right? This big nice bounce. I go ahead and stick my stop loss right underneath by there, 100 points, you know the drill. And now I'm just waiting for price to do its thing. The time is 12, so I'm going to just literally set and forget, 1 to 3, break even, blah, 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 blah. It goes bish, bash, bosh. Simple. So we're sitting at roughly... I didn't actually trade on Monday, but that's pretty much what had happened. So if we say realistically, what have I up so far? So now I'm up 5R. Okay, I would have been up 8R if I actually had taken that trade on Monday, but I was just this week not really feeling it. Had a lot of other things I wanted to focus on. Okay, so let's go to the next day. This week's been pretty great, to be honest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fantasimo. Okay, this was a really easy day. Okay. What have I seen here? I've just seen price break above, and I literally just saw this happen. Remember I told you how price did something like this? Okay, if it's like pretty much just poised right by there, or if it's doing something like this, I'm gonna just enter. It just looks too good to miss. So, oh no, I hate when I do that, man. All right. So what do? I basically can see we've got multiple wick rejections, but what I'm going to do is basically find the first wick rejection. I can see it's all just one big level. I'm not going to force it, okay? I can just see that that's the level, and bang. So I basically let the trade play out. It's doing its thing, it's doing its thing, it's doing its thing, it's doing its thing, until at some point it broke above. It broke above right by there. As soon as I get a new break, it goes break even. And I wanted to enter a new position, but I just didn't have the risk to reward. Okay, so if you look by here, what I wanted to do was enter the break and retest right by there. But you can see these long ass wicks means that I would have to like incorporate these wicks as well, because otherwise it just doesn't make sense. But if I just go off that wick alone, I don't trade anything if my stop loss is above 500. So if it's 500 and above, I don't bother trading it, and we can see that my entry would have been about there. So realistically, that was a big no-go. So there was no other entries for me, really, because even if price, like I could have entered on a double bottom right by here, or maybe just included this whole big level if I was feeling really generous, which I do anyways. This is still not enough. Why? Because if we go like this has to be the key level that I put my stop loss behind, and you can see it's massive. Okay, even if I go to the level by there, it's 500, which is automatically a no-go for me. And what's the time? It's getting close to 1 a.m. Sorry, 1 p.m. And at this point, yeah, CPI, not bothered, forget about it. Next day. So break even for that day. And now today, what did I do today? Awesome. So today was a bit awkward. I could tell from as soon as I started trading that I thought price was going to be good, but it kind of wasn't. I can see that we've got a key level right by there. I can see that we've got a key level right by here. And I can kind of see this too. So what am I pretty much looking at? Okay, let's wait for price to do its thing. Okay, so we can see by here that price is failing to break until we get by here. Short position. Until we get by here, and I can put my stop loss behind this previous level, 363, and then I remember price came in and didn't even give me an entry. Okay, I was going to take a trade. I was thinking about it, but essentially when I'm taking these double bottoms or double tops or whatever, the way I pretty much work is this. I want to give myself 2 levels. So let's say we're in a situation like this. Okay, let's say we're doing this. Okay, this is pretty much the model that I follow, and I'll explain it in a minute. Let's say what the real price action is something like this. Okay, we're going like this, we're going like that, we're going like that, we're going like that, we're going like that, and then it comes and goes boom. Okay, this is the trend defining point. Why? Because we were by here, price makes a lower low, right by there, we get a lower high, price makes a lower low, so this is our trend defining point. Okay, but there is a like mini trend which is forming. This is what I call a current trend. Okay, this is the overall trend. Okay, when we do these big lines by here, this is a current trend. So when I look at the current trend, I can see that the previous trend defining point is right by there. So I've only got 2 spots. Okay, I don't want to be taking trades there or there. It's just a bit risky. So that was a key level that people could have probably taken trades from. Me personally, I didn't want to take a trade from there. However, if it got to, say, if it tapped in by there, absolutely, I'm taking a trade there all day long. You can see if it entered right by there, I'm taking it. So that's how I explain this particular diagram, because there's only 2 places that I'll take those double tops and bottoms from if I don't get a retest available at like the perfect opportunity. So what essentially happened today was this. Let me show you. Okay, so we broke lower, right? And I went ahead and went bish bash bosh. This was a very awkward level, but I basically spotted it. This was my previous structure. Why? Because we got a low, and we don't get a low without a high. So there we got a low, we got a lower low, so this has to be a lower high. 377, call it 376, not bothered. Price comes in. Oh, hang on, let me just draw my zone properly, because I got to add the wicks. You can see there, boom, came in, did its thing, made a lower low. When I make a lower low, the previous trade goes break even. So that went break even. I was like, no problem. I saw this rejection right by here, because this is following like 5-minute structure. The kind of structure that this is simply this. Okay, the expectation is price is going to go down. Okay, very simple. But in order for me to take that trade, I got to see price reject, which it does with this candle. I put my stop order right by there, put my stop loss right by there, 3, 6, 7, and then price kind of messed around but didn't trigger me in. And then it just went up and up and up. And I just kind of thought to myself, okay, cool. Clearly the trend has changed. So I'm going to go ahead and hang on a second. There we go. So at this point, the trend has changed because we got a lower low. We found the previous lower high, which is the trend defining point. So long as price travels below this level, we're in a downtrend. But if it breaks above, we have converted into an uptrend. Follow the exact same process. Okay, put your stop order by there. Go back, find the most recent structure. This is a clear low. I go ahead and find the wicks right by there. 354. Simple, 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 simple. Okay. Now I'm going up, and as we can see, we're waiting. We can see that we got a small high by here. Okay, I'm waiting for price to break above. As soon as it breaks above, I'm going break even. Okay, so I went break even by there. Price kind of kept on messing around. I was waiting for some kind of break and retest, and at this point I just thought to myself, you know what, I can't be asked. I can't be bothered. I'm looking for price to trend. I'm looking for it to do movement. It's just been doing nothing. It's not really worth it for me today. Plus we got PPI, and if I had traded, I probably would have taken an entry right by here. I would have taken let's have a look, another entry probably right by there. If I got, it doesn't look like I would have got the entry, but I just kind of said F it, just want to do my own thing for today. And that's pretty much it. Finishing the week at roughly 5R, and I'm very, very happy. So guys, if you learned something, please drop me a like, drop me a comment, let me know how I did. If there's anything else you want to see, let me know. But yeah, I hope that was insightful. You guys get to see, you know, profitable traders' real strategy. Got nothing to hide really. It's quite interesting showing you my strategy, and I hope you learned something. Please subscribe, please keep up with the content, and I shall see you soon, guys. Have a great rest of your weekend, and I'll see you soon. Take care.